Hi, I'm Jess and I'm the captain at FC St Helens Women.
Hi, I'm Judith. I'm FC St Helens Director and Welfare Officer.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I am FC St Helens Women's Manager.
Happy International Women's Day.
Women's Day.
We're on the rise to lift the cup, the red and white, and we are rising. We're never gonna stop. All right, we are Football Club St Helens. We are Football Club St Helens. We are Football Club St Helens. We are on the up and up. Here we go.
Welcome to FCTV. I am not Steve Leather. I am not Al Hughes. I am Rosie Havlin, the FC St Helens Women's Manager. And today with me, I have two special guests, being Judith Hughes and Jess Muirhead. So I'll allow Jude to introduce herself, tell the followers, the watchers, a little bit about yourself.
Been involved in football over 50 years, coach, manager, playing, helped to form FC St Helens with Steve Leather, and it's been one of the best rides up to now I've had for a long, long time. A great bunch of girls to work with.
And Jess, yourself?
I'm the captain of the women's team. I've been at the club for this is my 4th season, I think, now. And I think that's about it, really.
Just talking about being captain of the team, obviously you've stepped in this year, taken over that responsibility. How have you found it? Because obviously Tess has been the captain. She still is a big part of the leadership group. But just to yourself, how do you feel?
I think it's been a big step up. I think it's challenging in the sense that sometimes I feel a little bit of added pressure sometimes, but I've absolutely loved it. I think there's no better squad to be the captain of, and the girls are all amazing. They're so committed and so dedicated, and it's like an honour to be the captain of the team and lead them out every Sunday.
Fab. And just off the back of yesterday, obviously I'm sure you're warming up your hands and trying to get, picture that vision of potentially lifting that league. Now, after yesterday's performance, 4-1 win against Everton takes us to the top of the table for the first time this season, which is just crazy to even think about after the amount of games that we've won. What's your thoughts on yesterday's performance, Jude?
I thought it was a very professional performance. I thought it was a game of two halves. I thought you got tactics spot on, to tell the truth, Rosie.
Well, that's normal, isn't it?
Yeah. Not always, no.
Not always. Still holding that one game.
I'm holding that one game against you, I am, actually. But, I thought it was great. Game of two halves. First half, we dug deep. Conditions weren't brilliant. Pitch was very heavy. Like I say, we held them in the first half as much as we could. And then in the second half, you put the fast girls on, Rosie, Ava, and
Sophie. You always get those two mixed up.
I do, don't I? I do it every time. I do it every time, don't I?
You get me and Sophie mixed up because we're super fast. I think I could give her a...
beat Sophie in a race, obviously.
Yeah.
I beat you in training last week and you said fast. Come on.
Well, if you want to bring training up, well, we talk about that night when we were doing 1v1 drills, and who did you nutmeg?
You.
It's not me. Look at Jess.
No, it was Jess. I did, Jess. What was that like?
And I fell over.
You
hit
her on her arse.
I left you on your arse.
That's what you done. But in terms of yesterday, the performance was really, really good. Obviously, you played the full 90 minutes. How are you feeling today?
Not too bad, to be fair. Normally to be fair, I'm shocked because I'm normally very, very sore after the game. But I think it was just so the pitch was hard yesterday.
Yeah.
But I think we settled into it. The first 20 minutes, it was quite cagey. I think both teams were a bit, and then we seemed to start to dominate then after the 20 minutes. And then I think once Kelsey had scored that goal, it settled our nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Ash, obviously, I think she was amazing yesterday. She was brilliant. And the second half, although they got a goal back, I don't think it was ever in doubt that we were gonna win.
To tell you the truth, I think over the season, I think it's been very noticeable, especially from me as well is the fact that we dominate the last quarter of every single game, and it's due to fitness.
Yeah,
I think
and
the fitness completely tells.
I agree with that, and I think the fitness, if you think about it, I'm going to give it credit to yourself, like you approached me and said about let's get these additional sessions ongoing. Yes, we've got the 2 hours on the Wednesday, but if we're really wanting to push on for the league, we need to be fit. And for you, what you do with that, like, it's incredible, and I'm sure the numbers who you get like each week, and I personally take a step back from that, because I want that to be your thing, but you can see the impact of it, and it allows us to do more ball work at training, and you're focusing on like the 5-a-sides, the sharpness, what comes with that. So thank you for doing that. That's a massive part on the fitness levels that's seeing us through the last stages 100%. Of the games. So yeah, but I'll go back to when you mentioned about Kelsey and the first goal got us off, up and running. For Kelsey, like, I can remember her on day one to how she is now. Like, you even said it yesterday when she was playing about, wow, Kelsey, when she's got that free role, she makes everyone else play a lot better around her.
She has when she's in that number 10 role, that free role, a vision, and she holds the ball up very well, but a vision for the through balls that she's put through and the goals that she's created. For strikers, the likes of Sophie and Eva who's got, and Asher who's got on the end of them. I think she's been a positive for me over the last, 10 weeks.
Yeah. Massively. And I think you mentioned a few weeks ago about her movement, and it was only marking it in training one night that I clocked how good her movement is. I was like, stop moving, will you? Like, I can't keep up with you. But she's in between the lines constantly, and you see that on the pitch. I think once you highlight something, you end up noticing it more and more. Yeah. And it's definitely something I've noticed about her recently, how much of a nuisance she is in terms of her movements.
Yeah. And it comes with a lot of the girls as well, like the versatile that we have within the team. Like, you obviously you're an out-and-out centre back, but you've played right back, you've also stepped into centre midfield as well. But the whole group as a whole, every player can play in multiple positions. You think about Dee, she started off up top against Pilks, then she moved into centre midfield, and she's really she's doing herself like so good in terms of her performance at right back. It's hard for me to want to move her anywhere else, but if I need to, she can go anywhere.
She can go anywhere. Sarah's the same. I mean, I think the only position she hasn't played is in goal. When Nick went down yesterday, I was like, Kelsey, get your gloves on, girl.
With that as well, when Nick went down, I was looking around who can go in goal. But again, I went to Ash. I was like, I said, how do you feel if you need to? And like, that's our striker who's banging in goals every single week.
And she'd do it.
She'd be like, question. Yeah, I'd love
100%. to. I think that's for me has been the most impressive part of the team bond that we've got this year. Is the fact that the players are so versatile, and we've gone through matches with injuries. People have had tough times on and off the field. We've had players missing certain weeks
through work
like that, or whatever. And all the players have been able to adapt to whatever position they've played with. And you've mentioned a couple of players there already. And we've got other, Ava. Yeah. She can play anywhere.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Rachel Miranda is midfield. She's slotted in at centre-back. She's slotted in as a full-back. So across the board, we've been able to, change formation positive
without
as well.
complaining as well.
Exactly.
I think that's the key thing, isn't it?
That's number one for me as well. It's just like everyone wants to go out and do a job wherever they're pit. Like, you can even look at Megan Barlow. I remember we were away at Thornaby. Because she wanted to
like
be. She wanted to be on the pitch and helping her team, and that's just, I think, the whole togetherness this year is just different. There's a different feel about it. Like you have probably seen over the last couple of years, from where we were to where we are now. Like, what's impressed you the most?
For me, it's the togetherness of the team. That's not just like we've just mentioned. It's not just on the field; it's off the field. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and it's just impressive how the girls stick with each other, they support each other. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I've been involved in football a lot of years now, and I've never known a group as good as this. As good as this.
The togetherness is something special, I think, in the club, definitely.
100%.
I think there's a lot of characters who contribute to that as well. You think of, your sort of your Kelseys who keep the mood high, and Elle who are both like hilarious and keep our spirits high. And then there's people who are, I think, who've fostered that togetherness over the years. The things that Tess has done through, you know, the little collections and things like that make a massive difference. The way people, the whole team really, the way they conduct themselves off the field, everyone socialises together.
Yeah.
You know, you I don't think you'd get that at many clubs. Like you say, you've never experienced the togetherness like
Not
there
as
is at
much
this
as
club.
I haven't, like, and I've been around a few different clubs. You go and you feel like an individual, and you've got that odd person, you've got the different groups and stuff, but looking in, I just see it as a whole. And it's off the pitch, if you see that, it then forms on the pitch, and that's where we're getting results. And going back to like the versatility that I've mentioned with players, normally over the past couple of seasons, we've been relying on Ash for goals and goals. But this year, you've got Ava and Sophie on double figures. You've got Becky up round the 7-8. Tess is on 7 or 8.
Rach Wood's popped up with
Wood's
loads.
She won't score from outside the box, so it's normally just a header at the back post. But whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We nearly had one from the keeper, didn't we, the other week?
Remind me.
When you played Nick up front.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's another thing.
She should have scored.
She should have scored, yeah. That's why she's in goal.
She passed it, yeah.
Put her back in goal.
That would have been unreal. That I was ready to run on.
Yeah, but we're chipping
Kitchen
in
made.
with... Everyone's chipping in with goals, so we're not just relying on that one player this season.
Yeah.
It's, it's a team effort. And talking about that is like 23 games, and we've scored 104 goals.
Yeah,
it's incredible. I think, conceding's around about 25, 26 at the moment.
Too many.
Yeah, too many is right, June. that one was disappointing yesterday. But I'll take the 3 points because it takes us now to the top of the table, and we just got to focus. I think we need 4 points now?
4 points to make it mathematically.
Yeah.
Impossible to be caught.
So we're away this weekend. I can never say the name.
Altrincham.
Altrincham.
We're away to them in the quarterfinals of the league plate.
Yeah,
the
the
league
Alliance
plate.
plate. I'll get it right this time.
I think it'll be a good game. Like, they had a really good run in the FA Cup. Like, they got I think second, third round or whatever.
I think they got second. I'm not quite sure, but
yeah. So
we've always had a tough
Be a good game. Yeah, be an interesting game.
Yeah, but again, any competition, and I've said this, anything that, there's silverware, you want to go in to win it.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do. And then the week after that's the big one.
Yeah.
No, it's not the big one.
No, it's
Mossley.
Mossley is
It's
the
Mossley.
50. But I mean, that is the big one
It
because
is
that's
the
when
big
we
one.
could have
both
hands
both
on the
hands,
trophy, but
yeah.
not quite.
not quite lifted. Yeah.
But yeah, so with the league play quarterfinals, the
That's
league,
the game,
which
yeah.
has been the
A
priority,
big deciding game.
and then we're now in the final of the county play it, the Lancashire county play it on the 22nd of March against Wigan. So that's going to be a big one, massive one for the club.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts going into that one?
I think it's exciting, the fact that we're in 3 competitions here and we've a chance of getting the treble, and the players within this squad are more than capable of doing that.
Yeah.
They've got to keep their feet on the ground, keep focused, and we'll do it.
Yeah,
100%.
I think we're in a really good place, aren't we? And if I think back to the year that we won the league, we were in the cup final against Pilks.
Yeah.
And there's still plenty of girls in that team who are in the team now. I know that day I thought, how have we not won this? So we've won the league. They were in our league, weren't they? I think at the time.
Yeah, they were.
And obviously they won it on the day, and it was a tough one to take. And I think I want not a bit of revenge, but I want that feeling of we deserve to win on that day, and I think we deserve silverware this season.
Yeah.
We want the league, obviously that's the main priority, but a couple of cups would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. So need to dust off that cabinet in the clubhouse. Fingers crossed, touch wood.
I'll make some room for them. Steve, don't forget, I'm making room.
But I just want to throw this one out because we've been having a bit of banter and stuff about it. If we do manage to get the league early doors and we've got a few games remaining, what's the chances? And I'll say this to all our watchers and all our followers: if we've got a game remaining, which doesn't really mean anything because we've hopefully won the league, what's the chances of getting Judah Hughes in a kit and getting her on the pitch? if you want to see that moment, just like this. Give us a thumbs up, because I want to do it.
Oh, please.
'Cause you know
to
why?
share a pitch with
She's
you
been
will be an honour.
Is there not an age limit?
No, there's not an age limit.
They might be writing articles
Just-
about you.
Just over,
I might get in the world record week, actually. I might be the oldest player.
just over 16s, but I think you're well above that. You'll be grand. But yeah, you've been coming to training with the girls. You've been turning up, for the past couple of months now?
I have, getting myself fit.
You are.
Going swimming.
What about that one night at training where you turned up and you were the traitor?
Oh my, no, yeah. You won't believe what happened there, but Rosie has this thing where team bonding's, it's got to be part of the group, and it's been perfect, apart from this one training night. And she said, Jude, we're playing a game of traitors. What's traitors, Rosie? I don't watch it. I'm like, what is it? So she explained it all to me. She said, don't worry, just turn up for training.
Just be yourself.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Disrupt things anyway.
Just disrupt everything, was it?
Yeah.
Just disrupt everything. Not a problem. So we start off, I rise 5 minutes late thinking they're not going to think it's me.
Because you're late.
Because I'm late, yeah. I'm not included in this. Well, then, as they all start off, you didn't know this,
No.
but I moved half the bibs all out the way.
And I was like, where's my bibs going?
Which she told me off later, because she said, Jude, I told you to disrupt it, not my training session. Well, then we started playing,
Football tennis.
We started playing football tennis. And then I goes up to head a ball, comes down, lands awkwardly and twists my ankle. You're laughing. I wasn't laughing at that. I was in tears. Honestly, I couldn't move. I was in agony. And she comes over to me. She comes over to me and she says, Jude, what the beep are you doing? You've ruined me. Beep game. I went, Rosie, I'm injured. I can't walk. She went, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought you were just
So I hobbled
along.
honestly, I hobbled off, went to the sideline, and I'm sat there thinking, I've got to get back on there. This game's ruined. And do you know what? She made me for an hour carry on training so I didn't spoil the game.
Yeah.
And the best part of it is what?
No one knew it was you.
Nobody knew it was me.
Including me. And I'd spent the whole training session knocking a ball back and forth. That was when I was injured.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's this person. I think it's Rachel Miranda. I think it's Tess. I think it's Becky. I'd thrown every name out there and she was like, yeah, it must be them. And I'm there.
Look at her. She's disrupting that over there. Look at there.
You were hiding
good
me
traitor
bibs.
in that way.
I didn't know where the bibs were. You started messing with me cones. You then, all right, I thought you were faking your injury and disrupting the game of tennis. But yeah, nobody clocked on that it was you. But the majority of the votes, when everyone got round the round table, the centre circle, at the end of the session, and everyone voted, and it was Rachel Miranda. Now, I think because Rachel Miranda's quality is always on point. And that night, she, gave a few
couple of passes.
Yes, everyone was pointing the finger at her.
She was playing it up, though. I think she was wanting people to vote for it.
Yeah.
Not until she realised you wanted her to buy everyone sweets on the Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Well, which she done.
She did,
give her
yeah.
that,
We've still
actually.
got them now.
The best bit was you. Half an hour you were stood with me.
Yeah.
Half an hour.
Longer. And
longer.
the whole time I was like, this person, Jude, and there she is probably laughing at me the whole time.
I was.
I think that would be a good night, in the clubhouse, everyone, and have a good
Proper game of traitors.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'd be good at games like that, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you would. Probably better
Me,
than...
no. Miss Gullible. I believed everyone you said was a traitor instead of you.
Yeah, but going back, obviously, to the game, let's make Jude get on that pitch. It's up to the girls, actually. You just have to lift the league beforehand and give us a spare game that doesn't count, and let's get Judith on the pitch. Because if we're talking about International Women's Day and inspiration women, I said this to the girls yesterday in the changing rooms, like, what you do just inspires me. Like, I've never known a woman, not ageist or anything here, but for you turning up to training, pitting Jess on her ass, like running round that pitch. We done the 12-minute Cooper last week, and you were running around it at the same pace of the girls. So like, what you do, I hope I'm like you. I can't even do that now. Do you know what I mean?
What about the penalty? Come on.
Oh,
You got to mention the penalty.
yeah. So we had penalties at the end. Remember that night, and she stepped
Oh, yeah,
up.
you were the winning penalty.
Yeah. Side, not even down the middle. It was side netting. Like, it couldn't have been any better. And then we all celebrate it with you. So keep ticking yourself over. Get yourself fit.
Don't forget, put the thumbs down.
If you were to step onto the pitch, what shirt number do you want?
I always have number 10.
Oh, Ash. Ooh. Are you sure?
I think she might give you it, and you alone. She'll give it up for you.
Yeah, I think she would.
Just for one game, Ash. Just for one game.
Yeah.
You got to get me on there yet.
Yeah, let's one game at a time. But yeah, I think I want to like really think about the final. Like it's huge, and going up against Wigan. Like, I know their manager. I played with her back in the day, and to be honest, when I was actually going to go and watch them last Sunday, but other things came in the way, and she was on the bench. So I'm looking right. I would put myself on the bench if we were short numbers. Do you know what I mean? But it seems like every week she's on the bench, and they don't have the subs or whatever, but we have the numbers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've got a big squad.
So it's going to be interesting.
I think you've got the difficulty of leaving players out, unfortunately. You've got the hardest job.
That is the hardest, and it's been all year. Like previous seasons, it's been, every other week or whatever, but it's every single week. And it's just the girls, they just want to play for FC. They want to be there, and they're up in the game every single week. Like all of them. Like, can you feel it? In the mix,
in training, and it's so intense. Every session is really, really intense, because I think everyone knows you're playing for your place on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Not just your place in the 11. You're playing for your place in the starting. Well, not the starting 11. Sorry, in the 16.
Yeah.
So that's I think what's in the back of everyone's minds when you're training. But that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like you say about you train the way you want to play on the Sunday, and that's definitely reflected this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, and it's like as well, we've got such a good bunch of players. If one key player like over the past couple of seasons is missing, another player steps in, and the quality doesn't drop.
It doesn't.
That's I'd say, when you said before about what's impressed you most this season, I think that's probably it. The fact that we might have not always had Ash every week. I know, obviously through work commitments and stuff, but that hasn't meant that we've not been as successful throughout this season.
I mean, if you look at last season, Ash probably virtually scored most of our goals last season.
Yeah.
But if you go to this season now, where the girls have become very versatile, and move positions round, we've got, I would say, probably 11 players who's all on the score sheet.
Yeah. I think pretty much everyone has scored.
Yeah.
If you look at the cup competitions and everything, a lot of people have scored this season.
They have. I just want to get Emma. Emma, get yourself in the box. You do everything else around the pitch. Unbelievable. Be greedy. Tell Tess, park yourself there. I'm going.
Yeah.
I want to get her a goal.
Christian's desperate for an Emma Burnham goal. That was the one thing he wanted at the end of the season, us to win the league and an Emma Burnham goal.
I think if Emma scores, I'll be like Jurgen Klopp when 𝐼𝐍𝐿 scored against Everton and he went wild on the pitch. Yeah, I think that's the moment.
Yeah.
I think more on for Emma scoring than Jude getting on the pitch.
Hey, come on.
She scored last year, to be fair, I think. I remember her scoring a good little side footer.
Yeah.
But this season we need an Emma goal.
It's not just about 11 players on the pitch, Rose. As you mentioned before, there's a lot of people in the background as well that do a lot of work, like with the physio, a lot with the photographer, everybody else. So it's like we've said all along, it's a group.
Yeah.
It's a group that belong to FC.
And I'll touch on that. Like, the biggest support that I have is coming from Jack and Nathan. Like, I know we're all here and it's all about International Women's Day, but they're not women, but we treat them as if they are. Do you know what I mean?
The girlies.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
girlies.
girlies.
But in terms of Jack, obviously, he's been here for a few seasons now with me. Like, his knowledge and his understanding of the game, if he sees something and he tells me, he's educating me at the same time, do you know what I mean? And it's vice versa when I say something and he grips onto it. But just a massive shout out really to Nathan as well, who's came in this season, and he's not a man of many words. We know that. But
Has he got any?
he does, because when he
Core
does
memories.
when he does say something, it's really valuable.
Really valuable,
Yeah.
it is.
And that's his knowledge as well. And I think his work with the keepers this year has been incredible. we have the best 2 keepers. I'm blowing bubbles. We have the best 2 keepers in the league.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And the competition between the 2 of them is very healthy, but Nathan's working on them every single week. And he tells me one thing about, oh, Nick's done this, Meg's done that, and that's great. I'm going to work on this with them. And he's a massive part on how we have played this year, in terms of, like, we start with the keepers and we go forward. And that both keepers have played a massive part, and that's a credit to Nathan.
I think it's great when you train on a Wednesday, where there's times where you've split the session into 3, where you've taken the defenders, Jack's gone away taken the attackers, and Nathan's gone and took the keepers, and you're all working on individual things, and then it all comes together at the end, and you put it all into plan, and it's really, really good. And I'd say massive shout out to them too. They've been absolutely supportive and brilliant this season. Yeah,
and again, touching a little bit deeper in terms of the physio, like, Laura is huge to the team, like the amount of injuries we've had, and she's so professional in what she does, and she travels around, like, here, there and everywhere with another team that she does, but she's always there for us on a Sunday. She's always there on a Wednesday evening, seeing the girls before training. Her commitment's incredible, and I feel like she's a massive part of our success this year, because she's helped get the players. You've had injuries, and she's been there for you.
And she'll personalise your rehab and check in with you, message you. It's not just the Wednesday, Sunday, it's all the days in between as well.
Yeah. And it's
she's
voluntary,
brilliant.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful for the support team that I have around. Obviously, you're massive to me, but everyone else. And then even more so this season, the platform of social media, we've only been able to do that because of Laura, the photographer.
Yeah.
Since she's come in, our media has just grown. Like, I think before October, November, we had around about 800 people following. Now it's into 1100s, and that's just because of the images that she captures. It's one team. Everyone's making this year successful.
I think you've talked about social media, but we spoke about it before, where at Christmas you did the advent calendar.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely brilliant. It was funny.
Yeah.
Everybody got to know the girls individually, what they were like, and things like that you've personally put together, I think, has been a massive help as well in promoting the team.
I think with my daytime job, I have to be a little bit creative in terms of what I do. That element allows me to bring it into FC as well. So I think I've done something similar in work, so I thought, let's bring it into FC. But
I loved the advent calendar. It was a hoot. It was so funny.
It was difficult going through my pictures.
I didn't actually get to do mine properly, but mine would have been.
Yeah, she was looking to run after turkeys around the garden. I was like, Jude, where are you going to get a real life turkey? Do you know what I mean?
Of course you were.
But yeah, it's been great chatting to you both. Thank you everyone for watching. Please, please, please come along and support the FC women. We play at Windleshaw on Sundays. It's always on our social media, but also over the next couple of weeks it's going to be huge for us. Hopefully we'll get our hands on the league title, but on the 22nd of March, please come along and watch our final against Wigan at the Leyland County Ground on the 22nd of March. You can purchase your tickets through our social media platforms, or you can give us a message and we can direct you in the right way. But thanks so much, and up the stripes.
Up the stripes.
Up the stripes.